My name's Liam and I'm joined now by our special guest today, which is Saara Aalto. Hello, how are you?
Hello, I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm very, very good. Very pleased to have you on the show because you've been very busy for the last kind of for a few years, really,
yes.
not just the last few months. Before we talk about your brand new single, let's talk about a show which so many people love and you finished third on this year, Dancing on Ice. How was that?
It was crazy, to be honest. It was the best experience. Like I got to learn a new skill that I would not have done without Dancing on Ice. But then again, it was the hardest thing I've ever done. Like, I'm still injured, you know.
Really?
Yeah, like my arm still hurts, and it was crazy because my body is not used to doing things like that, like learning all those tricks and crazy stuff that we did, like the headbanger and all the lifts, and so it was difficult, but I loved it.
Absolutely, and I don't always watch the show, but my girlfriend loves it, so I watched it a few times with her. And I think the first time I saw you was doing your Frozen routine.
Oh, yeah.
And then halfway through, you started singing.
Yeah.
And me and my girlfriend was like, is she singing as well at the same time? You must have been the first person to do that.
Actually, yeah.
Is that, as soon as you knew you was going on the show, did you know you wanted to do something like that?
Well, I kind of had that idea. I was like, oh my God, it would be amazing if I could sing. But I didn't think it was possible. So I was a bit like, because, you know, we don't really have microphones or anything. And I was like, it's not going to work. But then in the rehearsals, I was really nervous, and Hamish was like, Saara, we need something to get you more confident, and then he was like, try and sing. And I was skating and singing Let It Go, and he was like, oh my God, that is amazing, we have to do that on TV. And I was like, yes, like secretly I was so happy. And and then we got the permission, and they gave me a microphone and everything worked, and I was so happy.
That must have been difficult, though, to concentrate not only on this dance routine, but also the singing. What was harder to focus on at that point? Because I know you're so used to singing, but I suppose when you're doing something else at the same time.
No, that was like the easiest bit of the performance because I was like, now I get to sing. I'm in my comfort zone. It's fun. So yeah, it was actually okay. Of course, it's difficult, but for me, it was like a moment of relief. I was like, yes, I get to sing. I know how to sing. Thank God.
For people watching the show, it looks very glamorous. We see you and the other contestants in these fantastic outfits doing these wonderful routines. But of course, we get a sense of it with the VTs a little bit. But like you said, it's physical, it's emotional as well. Was there like real sort of low points during the show as well?
Absolutely. I think every week I had moments when I went home and I was exhausted. I was crying. My body was in pain, and I was like, I can't go on. I just can't wake up in the morning and go back. I just can't. I just don't want to because I feel awful. And I think everybody had that. Like, everybody was exhausted. And you only see us on Sunday, and we have to smile. Of course we want to smile. We're performing. We're having fun. But the process to get to Sunday, it's just crazy. I can't even describe how we feel because we just have to go on. But our body and our mind is saying, no, don't do it. But we have to.
So how do you do? How do you get over that kind of those low points? Is it just the loved ones around you spurring you on?
I mean, of course, like we have very good coaches on the show, and they try to cheer us up and be like, you can do it, you can do it. But basically, I think you just have to do it with your own mind. You just have to be like, you have to decide if you want to do it or not. And I never want to give up. So I just woke up in the morning and I was like, yeah, my body hurts. I'm tired, but I'm doing it. I'm going there. And we trained around 6 hours a day. I could have only done 2 hours, but I'm very ambitious. And I was like, I'm going to do 6 hours because I want to learn as much as possible. So, of course, it's your own choice what you want to do. Yeah.
And there was a tiny bit of drama on the show with Gemma Collins, and she had a little argument with one of the judges, Jason. I wanted to know, what was that like on that show afterwards? Because was it like, I don't know how it works when the cameras go off, and I suppose you're all together. Was it like at all awkward during that show?
No, it wasn't. No, I think it's, those things, they happen in front of cameras, but then off cameras, I don't know, everybody just goes on and concentrates on their own things. So, yeah, it's TV, Yeah.
Well, as at the same time of doing Dance on Ice, a lot of people would be forgiven for having a bit of a rest afterwards, a bit of time off. You haven't done that.
I know.
You know, I'm going to carry on, not skating, but just doing as much as I can with my music.
Tomorrow, I'm flying to Spain.
For a holiday?
For a couple of days, yeah,
That'd
for a
nice.
holiday. Yeah,
nice.
yeah.
When was the last time you had a proper holiday?
Don't ask me. No, don't ask me. My fiancé is really mad at me. She's like, we are going to Spain now.
So she's been waiting for this for a long time then.
Very long.
Well,
very
I hope
long.
you have a great time. You have a brand new single out, and we're going to talk about that very shortly. And we've got more from Saara Aalto next. Womack and Teardrops here on Friday's Drive Home. Taking you through to the Weekend Tonight event on the way shortly. Get your latest news headlines. But right now, we are joined in the studio by Saara Aalto. You heard her talking a few moments ago about her time on Dancing on Ice, and that finishes, and we have a brand new single. As we said, you have no time to rest. You have got your holiday tomorrow, which can be nice. So this new single, it's called Dance Like Nobody's Watching, which is kind of poignant after coming off the back of Dancing on Ice. Tell me a little bit about this song, because you actually wrote this a while ago.
Yeah, well, this song is my favorite song on my album, which I released previously, Wild Wild Wonderland, and I've just waited for the right moment to release this song as a single and as a music video. This song is all about being yourself, living your life as you want, as yourself, dance with your own style, sing with your own voice, and basically that you are not alone. We are all here from the same stardust, and let's just be ourselves. And for me, I always write from my own experiences, and my life changed when I came to the X Factor 2016. So before that, I lived in Finland. I was never accepted. I was a singer there, but people didn't really get my style. I'm very flamboyant and bubbly on stage, and I just wasn't accepted. And then I came to X Factor, and the whole team in the show and the British public went crazy, and they loved me. And I remember doing Oh So Quiet, which was a crazy number. And I remember thinking, oh, in Finland, nobody would understand this. And here, everybody was like, oh, my God, Saara, we love you as you are. And the love I got and I felt was so great. And it changed my life. I finally felt like now I'm able to dance like me, like be myself. Yeah, exactly. And that's why I wrote this song. And it's so important for me. And also the music video, actually, if you haven't seen it, go and watch it. It's about a transgender woman who wants to be a ballerina, and we see her story when she's a child in the beginning and wants to go to dance lessons and skating lessons. My Dancing on Ice partner Hamish is there in the video coaching, and then she grows up and becomes a real ballerina, and actually the dancer in the video is a real transgender ballerina and actually this video was her first time dancing professionally after her transformation. So it was a very emotional moment for her to do the video, and also for us to see her dance like that. And yeah, I hope you all like this song. It's so important.
So it's a great story behind it, which we love. That's what music's all about.
Exactly.
So you mentioned the X Factor, so that's 2016. You finished runner-up on that show. Is it then difficult to go from that to releasing an album? Because it's quite like, the X Factor is, you kind of touched on there, it's very intense. People love you, you're new to everyone. It's very contained. And then you kind of like, I kind of get the sense it's like, off you go then. Go be a musician. Is that difficult?
It is so difficult, and you have to work so hard yourself to maintain everything that you got from the show. So many people think that when they do the show, everything comes for free and then you become a big star and you just do things, but it's not like that. I mean, you do things, but you actually have to do them yourself. Nobody's doing them for you. And for me, it took around almost a year to really write the songs and find the right style for me. And I released my album last year when I did Eurovision, which was a great experience, and it got me so many fans around Europe, and they all love my album. And it was a great thing for me to do. But it's been hard work since X Factor, but I've loved it, of course. It's what I want to do.
You said about how at first people in Finland didn't really get into your music, didn't really get you, and you moved over to the UK.
Yeah.
How is it now in Finland? Obviously, you represented them at Eurovision, which I imagine is a sign they quite like you. X Factor changed everything. They were like, okay, if Simon Cowell likes her, we can like her as well. He kind of knows what he's talking about. Doesn't he?
And when British public loved me as well, it was kind of, I don't know, Finland just needed somebody else to say that Saara is okay, it's funny, but you know, that's life, and I'm fine with that. No, I'm fine with that.
You've got a tour kicking off soon, and you're going to be coming to Birmingham and Nottingham. Tell me a bit about this tour. What are you like as a live performer? I imagine you're kind of a bit wild on stage.
Well, I am a live performer. That is my thing. And when people come to see my gig, they're like, oh, you are really good on TV, but here, like on stage, you are like, when you see, you know, when they see me live, they're like, oh my God, this is much better than on TV. And that's the best feedback. I love to connect with my fans. So this tour is going to be really special. It's called An Evening with Saara Aalto, and it's going to be intimate. I'm not going to be that distant pop star far away on a huge stage. I'm going to be in this intimate venue where I can actually talk with my fans. I can see everybody, so they can ask me questions. I'm going to tell them my stories. I'm going to be singing songs from my album, from X Factor, from Dancing on Ice, from my favorite musicals. So imagine like Lady Gaga with her piano / Liza Minnelli. So it's a glamorous evening with me.
I think you've sold it with that.
Good.
That line alone sounds very good. If people want to get tickets, where's the best place to go? Is it just heading to your website at the moment?
I think that would be the best. So you have to just remember, my name has so many A's. SAARA. AALTO. So you can find me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and just go, and I have all my details there. Yeah, or just Google my name and Birmingham, Nottingham, wherever you want to come and see me.
There's only one Saara Aalto, isn't
That's
there?
true.
That's the good point of having like a longer name.
Yeah, that's true.
You mentioned a few moments ago about the new single and how this was the right time to bring it out.
Yeah.
Why was that? Why is now the right time?
Well, because when I did Eurovision last year, my song was called Monsters, and that was my Eurovision song, and it's also on the album. So basically the whole last summer was all about monsters and Eurovision. And then Christmas came and everything happens, and I started training for Dancing on Ice, and then I was like, Dancing on Ice and Dance Like Nobody's Watching, they are a perfect match, and also a perfect time for me to show this fragile side of me, because Monsters was all about like dancing, and it's a party song, but this is all about emotions. And people loved me on X Factor when I did Chandelier or The Winner Takes It All. So Dance Like Nobody's Watching is also, it's a beautiful song. It's all, like more about my singing and the story and touching people, like touching people's hearts, and that's what this song is all about. And
just pure emotion.
Yeah, exactly.
Lovely. Well, the single is out now. Tickets on sale for the tour as well. Saara Aalto with lots of A's. It's been lovely to have you on the show. So thank you. It's been great to meet you, because I've been watching you for so many weeks now on Dancing on Ice and hearing your music. So it's really great to have you on the show.
Oh.
Let's take a listen to your new single.
Yeah.
Do you want to go ahead and introduce it for us?
Oh, okay. Hi, I'm Saara Aalto, and this is my latest single, Dance Like Nobody's Watching.